Alrighty folks, I'm gonna get ready to go for my walk. I had to lose at least 10 pounds. I'm gonna be having stomach surgery. Most of it's up in a lot of it's in my diaphragm. They gotta pull it down, do a hiatal hernia repair, Nissan fundoplication on the top of the stomach. But I lost the weight. I lost 13 pounds, but I've been not walking lately and it's starting to come back on. So anyways, I'm going to do a quick part B on the D minor I did today. We got to have some delay, a little bit of delay in there. Let's, what do we got it on here? Effects level. Just a little thing about part B for the D minor pentatonic I did earlier today. I'll go up the positions. What do we got? 531, so I'm gonna do it. I told you alternate picking along in there, and I noticed when I watched the video I said some wrong things about fingers and notes and whatever, but I'm just gonna do it all down picking just to hurry up and get the positions in. That's the second position of D minor, because the first is here, and we're starting on the low E, so we're actually starting with the second, then we'll do the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and then we'll get to the first one. There's 5 shapes. So here's the next one up for D minor. And then, again, watch the first one. I'm just hurrying up here so I can get to the next thing. And then part number 5. So think about this, if you're just starting out and you know your regular D minor, the one before it, here's the shape. I call it a sandwich position because you're doing second finger, fourth, second, fourth. Then the middle 2 strings, you're doing first finger, fourth finger, first finger, fourth finger, and then second and fourth again. So now and then your number 1 block. And then they repeat themselves. I didn't mention that in the other video. That's the same as this one. Whoop. You hear it? And so on. And then, of course, the next one up is the same as this one. And then this one's the same as this one. And so on, however many frets you have. But what I wanted to get on to, now that we've laid that foundation again on what the previous video on the D minor was, is, and about traveling from block to block, you know. Is taking these, once you get them under your belt, you know, work them till you get them and listen to what they sound like. You know, I talked about playing the notes evenly. Work it so you can go up and down that each block evenly, whether it's slow, medium, fast, whatever you want, but don't compromise clean notes trying to go fast and hacking it. Keep it neat, alternate picking. So now what I want to do is a thing I always used to do when I was gigging to warm up. Go up one, slide up, go down the next, using the fingering. Well, it don't matter what you do here. I mean, I use fingers 1 and 3s, it's fine. Why I talk about certain fingering when you're learning these is to purposely include that baby finger and give it some development. When you go off soloing, use any fingers you want. Don't think about the baby finger, but I'm glad I did, because I can travel and weave in and out of all the scale blocks and go all the way down the length of the neck, and I just unconsciously will use the baby finger where I need to stretch or whatever. I don't think, like when I'm doing that, when I go down, like say if I start way up here from the D, I don't think then about what fingers I'm using, but what has helped me to be able to travel is going up one block, down the next, and going vice versa. In other words, here's going up the first one, then I'm sliding up knowing this is the finger I want to start with in its proper place, because I want. See how much that baby finger's included in this? Then when I get to here, I'll start on the next block with the first finger, basically doing what I taught in the last video using these fingers. And it minimizes the movement of the hand to execute that particular block, and it doesn't matter what key you do these in, it's all the same. Those shapes are that same way from one to the next no matter what key. You just move all them shapes for whatever key you're doing them in. Number 1 block's always going to have this shape. Say if we're talking G, the next shape up, that's the same shape as this one we started on the D, only 5 frets higher, or however many frets it is. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to be able to travel like that to execute riffs, So let's get back to the D minor. Now I'm in G. I'm in G. All right, so back to the D. So that kind of thing. And then, go the other way. Start out going this way. You want to work things so that you can go any which way you want to play what you want to hear. That's what it comes down to. When you get these down, whether you want to start up here, you might have a riff in D minor. Whatever it is you want to hear, Whatever you want to hear, But that's why when you work these pentatonic blocks, you want to listen. You don't want to just get them down like, oh yeah, first finger third, or second, whatever. And then the next one. And mindlessly go on and say, oh yeah, that's 3 in a row like this, and then the step over. You want to, you have to think at first, obviously, to get them down. But the biggest part about doing these when you want to get them under your belt is to listen to what they sound like slowly, every note, and try to play them in an even time. Don't try to go for speed. Start getting, it's called like getting intimate. It's like love, you know, getting intimate and taking your time. Listen to what. You know, goof around with each block. I used to do that when I'd first learn to block. I'd sit there and goof with that one block, sometimes for an hour and a half, just that one block. And it's, you know, you don't want to be soloing, just going up a scale, down a scale, up a scale, down a scale. Whether it's diatonic or pentatonic, you want to create, so you want to sit there and get a little intimate with each block. So that's why I talked about the 3 note pattern, which I didn't do in the last one, but you know, like. So using the baby finger like I'm using it a lot, like if I was jamming a lot to tracks or whatever, I get going. I can really get it going, and I'm sliding all over and doing licks. It's that you cannot do any other way. You cannot do certain licks without that baby finger. You just can't. You know, you can, well, for sure you can't do the 3, you know, here if you can, you know, but, you know. Well, let's see. What? Anyways, have that baby finger involved. But I wanted to point out that being able to travel, but again, listening to what the notes sound like. So that's what I wanted to do, was go up one block, slide up, go down the next, slide up, go up the one, and then do it vice versa. Start going down that one, slide up to that one. This is like, you know, getting a pentatonic and a key. We're using D minor, but it's, you know, once you get that down and you got all those shapes, you see what the shapes look like from one to the next, and you play them enough, you can just move that for any key. I can do this in any key. If you said B flat minor, so that'd be E flat, B flat, you know. Anyways, so there you go. Go up one block, slide up, go down the next, and slide up and go in like that all the way up and down. That way you get to where if you're jamming to a track or stepping with a band, you can play with anything, you know, come up with an unlimited cool licks just with the pentatonic, you know, without getting bored and being jailed into that one little spot, and, you know, same 2 licks, same 3 licks, you know. It's like, I think what I made myself work this and learn it because I do all instrumental stuff, the backing tracks. And I'm there, right away after like a couple months, I'm there, well, I'm sick and tired of playing the same 3 damn licks, you know? So anyways, there you go. Expanding your creativity. Have a good weekend.